whoa, something is happening. And I'm so excited about it. So this is going to be kind of a fun episode, and I hope you're in it for the ride because today I I saw this article by Intelligencer. Now, if you guys are supportive of Kennedy, you will know that he has been fighting an uphill battle since the beginning. So no one's going to be surprised to see this hit piece. And the title is Whatever Happened to RFK Jr. So we're going to get into it. But before we get into this, I want to share this. Guys, look how incredible this is. I got this amazing DM on Instagram, which, hey, come on, if you're not following me on Instagram, what are you doing? But guys, I got this incredible message and he said, "Hey, I follow along with your videos on YouTube and I just spotted this." I responded, said, "Huge, appreciate you." And he sends over two videos. Two videos. And look at this. Look at this, guys. He saw he saw the wagons live in person in the flesh. There we go. And look how incredible this is. Look how incredible this is. He says, "I'm currently in Washington, D.C. on holiday from New Zealand. I had just watched your video about these trucks being out in Washington, and 30 minutes later, I saw them." Pretty cool. How insanely awesome is that? That is so cool. I mean, guys, this video was just shared yesterday. Just yesterday. And for this guy to be at the Capitol and for him to just happen to watch my video and for him to actually see it in the flesh, like that is just so cool. Are you kidding me? I love that so much. That got me so pumped. Anyways, back to this article. Very clearly a hit piece, but again, hey, he's in it to win it. Okay, he's not in it to make friends. So he knew these types of things were gonna happen, and I just think it's just really interesting. This is exactly what you suspect because of Kamala Harris and Biden dropping out, and now a lot of people are kind of going one way or the other, and a lot of people aren't really paying attention to Kennedy. That's what this kind of article is saying, and you know what? I don't want to give it that much attention. I want to answer the question that I believe this magazine is almost failing to answer, which is whatever happened to RFK Jr. So let me tell you, I just want this to be a quick video. Look at this. Look what Stephanie Spear said. This is the press secretary to RFK Jr., and I think this is awesome. She wrote, "Kennedy campaign surpasses 1 million signatures. 1 million signatures, completing petitioning in 8 more states. Get ready because dot 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 we will soon be on the ballot in all 50 states, including DC." How incredible is this? How powerful is this movement? And this is a movement. Also wrote huge here in response. You guys should also follow me on Twitter. You might as well, right? And look what else I think is interesting. And again, back to what this the New Yorker mag intelligencer said. Whatever happened to RFK Jr.? I'll tell you what happened. All right. He's running one of the largest grassroots campaign ever, especially by an independent. Look at this. The man himself wrote, "Thank you, Kennedy volunteers. The campaign has collected more signatures." Check this out, more signatures than any presidential candidate in American history. This is huge. 1 million signatures. Guys, I don't know how else to say it. Like, so many people are out there and they still believe, you know what, I like Kennedy, I like his views, I like his policies, but the guy, he can't win. Da da da. He's not even on enough ballots. Like, what are you talking about? He will be on enough ballots and he can win. And you know what? I saw this incredible video in absolutely incredible video by someone explaining this so beautifully. Check this out. This is, I don't know if I'll play the whole video, but this is for people who really need to understand just how clearly RFK Jr. can win. This is posted by Anna Matson. Okay, and you guys should definitely go follow her on Twitter, X. She is really, really smart. She really breaks down a lot of these concepts. Check this out. I haven't been able to find a better video kind of deconstructing how Kennedy can win. I believe she really simplified this process. Look at this.
Listen, I keep getting questions like, how does RFK Jr. actually win? Everyone's saying he's a spoiler. There's no way that he can win with the Electoral College. And I'm going to tell you the truth. There are
In the beginning, I heard RFK say a lot that his biggest challenge is convincing people that he could win. And I just think that is hilarious. Like, after campaigning for more than a year and a half, that's still partially his biggest challenge, is convincing people that he could actually win, convincing people that they're not wasting a vote, convincing Americans that if they believe in this future, then they should feel confident to cast his name in the ballot. It's crazy.
are many, many, many paid DNC operatives on this app and many other apps. And they come out genuine and it looks like they have all the facts and they have millions of followers. So you're like, oh, they must be doing something right. Right? Wrong. So let me tell you about the Electoral College real quick. So each state has a certain amount of delegates. And honestly, just think of a delegate as a point. Bigger states have more delegates. The Electoral College is put in place so just the big states alone can't win an election every single time, or otherwise, everything that Texas and California wanted to do, we would always have to just do it. In 48 states, there is a popular vote, and whoever wins the popular vote wins all points, all delegates. Maine and Nebraska are the only ones that the same amount of points are awarded to whoever won that percentage of the popular vote. Are you keeping up? There is a total of 538.
Also, if there's some of you who just, you guys have the attention span of a goldfish, I promise you this is all important. Okay? This is all important to understand, because I promise you, if you're watching this video, you probably have other friends, or you probably have other family who is like, who you're voting for? You're voting for this RFK guy, you're voting for Kennedy, he can't win. You got to vote for a Republican or a Democrat. Listen, people, you'll probably have to explain this concept to them. You'll probably have to explain it to your friends, to your family. And it's not a bad thing, because these people who you're going to have to explain it to, they are just victims of the manipulation by the media. Okay. And I know I sound like a conspiracy theorist over here, but I promise you, I'm not. I'm just someone who likes to follow the facts. I like to know what's actually happening, where it's coming from, and I like to, like this person, she says a lot, like, let me check your sources. You need to check your sources. Okay, because you think the media doesn't lie to you, but you are completely wrong. Right? The media has so much control over how people think, over how people understand a situation. Like, what's happening with Google right now is absolutely absurd. And I'm working on a video discussing what is happening with Google, and how they've actually just been ordered by the Senate to testify in front of them, and how it's going to be great. It's going to be great. But there are large powers that be that are trying to do your thinking for you. And you just owe it to yourself to do your own thinking for yourself. If you let other people do your thinking for you, you're essentially letting other people do your voting for you. And guys, the future of America is on the line. The future is on the line.
Electors are points. You get a majority, which is 270 electoral votes, you win the presidential race. So, does Kennedy have any chance of getting that? Let's talk about it. So, again, in 48 out of 50 states, all Kennedy has to do is get a majority vote, and then he wins all the electoral points. And again, we pretty much have a three-person race. So, let's say Trump gets 33% in a state, Harris gets 33%, and Kennedy gets 34%. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be 50. All he has to do is get 34% if the other two have 33, and he wins that whole state. There are a lot of polls that have him around 20% right now. And I can tell you, most of those polls are way underrepresenting him. What they'll do is they'll ask, do you want Trump, Harris, or other? And that is not a reliable poll if someone has to click other and then another screen pops up with the other candidates. Every
Yeah, and that is how the majority of polls are taking place right now. It's extraordinarily sad. That's why before I really try to speculate on RFK Jr.'s polling numbers, like, I wanna know how the question was asked, because depending on how the question was asked, you would know if there was any sort of manipulation with the wording there, because that changes nearly everything.
every candidate should be listed right on that screen just as they would appear on the ballot. But I digress. So this is how Kennedy wins. You vote for him. It's that simple. And in your state, if he gets the majority, then he wins all electoral points. And if that happens in enough states, he'll get 270 and he'll win. Now, what happens if no candidate gets to 270?
Okay, now this is probably what I genuinely see happening as more so the possibility in this election, okay?
If no candidate gets 270, it would be a contingent election, which means it would go to the House of Representatives to vote for who would become president. Now, listen, these DNC operatives are trying to tell you that that would automatically make Trump the president because the House of Representatives is a majority Republican, and they are not telling you the truth. So, yes, the House of Representatives does vote, but not the whole 435 members that there are. Every state gets one vote. So you would only need 26 votes out of the 50 to become president. My
Wow.
guess is that the breakdown, when you actually break it down state by state, is about half Democrat, half Republican. So imagine this situation where you have 25 Republicans and 25 Democrats. Do you think Republicans are going to vote for Harris? And do you think Democrats are going to vote for Trump? They would probably have to agree to an alternative because I don't see those situations happening. But here's a fun fact for you. Ross Perot back in the day was also considered a spoiler candidate, but guess what? Exit polls showed that he would have won if people just voted their conscience. But instead, people were like, I don't think he has a chance of winning and I don't want to throw away my vote. So he would have won that election. And you know what kills me about all of this? We know that the two-party system is rigged against us, everyday Americans. Yet, what are we doing about it? You know how many people died to protect our freedoms in this
There we
country? They
go.
put their life on the line and they still continue to this day. And people are too scared just to change their vote. Nothing
Oof.
ever changed with people just sitting around and complaining. Change happened when people got out of their houses and protest and did something about it. And
Huge. 100% correct. And I'm just so happy that I get to share that video with everyone, because I don't think enough people are understanding how he could actually win, how Kennedy could actually get into the White House. Okay, so if you take one thing away from this video, it's that, guys, our future's on the line, America's on the line, and if you want to see Kennedy in the White House, you got to vote for him. Right? I love that all of this was could be simplified in one singular sentence. You vote for him if you want him to win. That's it. So, to summarize, the people who watch these videos are completely awesome. And to answer this question, whatever happened to RFK Jr., which was posted today by Intelligencer, what happened to him? Easy answer. He's crushing it. Okay? He's crushing it in a sentence. Okay? And finally, if you want to see him win, you vote for him. And this is how it happens. This is how he wins. This is how we change the world for better and for always. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time today, and I'd love to know your perspective. I'd love to hear what you think about everything. Let me know in the comments. Let's continue this and let's elevate the conversation over there. Thank you so much for watching. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching and listening. I appreciate your time so much, and I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you'd like to support what we're building here, please like and subscribe. It means a lot and it really helps us out. And if you want to see even more content from me, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be sharing a lot more on there. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.